Hey, this is Elizabeth with Mad for Macrame, and in today's video, I'm going to show you how to crochet these little corner baskets. This is a quick and easy project. For supplies, you'll need one of the wooden corner bases. I have them available on my shop in 6" and 8". You'll also need a 9 and a 7mm crochet hook, some scissors. A tapestry needle is helpful. I just can't find mine right now. And for cord, I'm using Bobbini's 5mm braided. This basket only requires about 50 meters, so about half a full roll. And anytime you use this cord, make sure that you're beginning with the end that has the knot. It's usually on one of the bottom sides, kind of tucked in. So you want to start pulling your cord from here. I'll also link all the supplies in the description. For round 1, you want to start in one of the holes on the straight sides of the base. I found that it's a little easier and you can hide your join if you start on the sides versus the front or in one of the corners. So I'm going to start here. And you want to leave your tail about 10 inches long. We're going to use this starting tail to close a couple rounds. So I'm just going to eyeball it and create a loop. With your smaller crochet hook, you'll want to find that hole where you're going to begin, insert your hook and add that loop to your hook and pull it through. First, we're going to make a round of slip stitches. Before we begin stitching, I like to hold that starting tail down on the back side with my finger so it doesn't pull through. To make the slip stitches, in the next hole, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then pull that loop through the one on your hook. These slip stitches will hide any space around the hole, and it'll give the basket a more finished look. So we insert our hook, pull up a loop, and then pull that loop through the one on our hook. One slip stitch per hole around the base. Once you get to the last hole, for this stitch, we actually want to use that starting tail to make the last slip stitch. So when you insert your hook, drop your working cord, and then switch to using that tail. Pull that cord through, and then pull it through the loop on your hook, continuing to pull it all the way through. To close the round, we're going to make another slip stitch. It's like a fake stitch or an invisible close. And to do that, under this first V we created, you want to insert your hook from back to front and then pull that tail through. To finish the V, the cord needs to go through the center of that last slip stitch that we made. So I like to flip my piece over, insert my hook in the hole. That'll bring it through the center of that last stitch, and then pull that tail through. Now everything is seamless on the back side and the front side. For round 2, you want to begin in this hole where the tail is sticking out. So on the side with the slip stitches, you want to insert your hook behind the slip stitch and make sure that's where that tail is coming out. Grab your working cord, yarn over and pull up a loop, and then we're going to chain 1 just to begin. For this round, we're going to make single crochets in each hole around the base, placing increases in the corners. So in this first hole, we're going to insert our hook behind that slip stitch directly into the hole. Make sure you have your working cord, yarn over and pull up a loop. Now you have 2 loops on your hook. yarn over, and pull through both. So you'll make one single crochet in each one of the holes, and then in the corners you're going to place 2 single crochet. I made it to my first increase, so here on the corner we're going to make our first single crochet, and we need to go back in that same hole and place another. I like to actually turn my piece so we have one single crochet on this side, and then we'll have another kind of facing this direction. It helps those stitches go around that corner a little easier. So back in the same hole, we make another single crochet, and those stitches round off that corner a bit. Now we'll continue to make single crochets in each hole. Just make sure you place 2 in the next couple corners. On the last hole, we're going to make our single crochet, but we're going to finish with the starting tail. So first you want to pull up a loop with your working cord just like normal, and then switch to using that starting tail. So you're going to yarn over with the tail. So you yarn over, pull through, and then continue pulling that tail all the way through. To make any adjustments you need, you can pull back on your working cord to tighten that stitch down. To close the round, we're going to make an invisible close or another fake stitch. So underneath this first V that runs horizontal, right here, we're going to insert our hook from back to front and pull that tail through. Now we need the tail to go through the center of the last stitch. So it needs to go right through the center of this V. So on the back side, you find that stitch and you'll notice that there's this little back loop. You want to insert your hook underneath that little back loop through the center of that stitch. Now pull the tail through. For round 3, I want to do something a little different this time. I want to place a round of slip stitches around the bottom of our basket. So we're going to use these V's that run around the edge of our basket. And you want to insert your hook under that last V that we created. And you'll see on the back side, that's where our tail is coming out. Grab your working cord, yarn over, and pull up a loop. Now underneath the next stitch, insert your hook, and we're going to make a slip stitch. So we yarn over, pull through a loop, and then pull it through the loop on our hook, just like we started with the base. So again, we pull up a loop and then pull it through the one on our hook. You'll make one slip stitch in each one of these V's around the base. Now I didn't make my tail quite long enough. I could have made that last slip stitch with the starting tail, but I didn't. So I'm going to go ahead and clip my cord and pull that cord all the way through after that last slip stitch. See how short the tail was? So I would say make your tail about 12 inches long. That'll give you enough room where you can use that tail to close this round also. If not, it's okay. And just clip the cord, pull it through, and we're going to create another invisible close. So underneath this first V, we're going to insert our hook from back to front and then pull that tail through. just making another fake stitch. And the tail needs to go through the center of that last V we created. So on the back side, you want to insert your hook and bring it right through the center of that last stitch and pull the tail through. Now our basket will have that row of slip stitches right at the bottom, and that will match our slip stitches that we're going to add to the top. Take a tapestry needle and weave in your tails, and then clip off any excess cord. For round 4, with a new piece of cord, create a loop, only leaving the tail about 3 inches long. And for this round, we're going to work our stitches in the back loops. So underneath these 2 little back loops, we have our V's on the bottom, the V's on the side, and then we have these little back loops on the inside of the basket. Insert your hook, pull up a loop, and then chain 1. For the rest of the round, we're going to work single crochets in the back loops, making sure to insert our hook under both of these little third loops here. So you want to yarn over and pull up a loop, just like before. Now we have 2 loops, yarn over and pull through both. Just make sure you're picking up that second little back loop. I did want to mention I went back to my 7mm hook for this round. The 9 just felt a little too tight. I wanted to show you, if you forget to weave in or stitch around your tail, when you get to the end of your basket, you can actually stitch around it on those last couple stitches of the round. Just make sure your tail is on top of your hook before you pull up a loop, then finish the stitch. Again, you insert your hook, draw up a loop, yarn over, and pull through both. Make sure to pull the tail tight. You don't want any slack in it. And you can see now that tail is hidden nicely behind those last couple stitches on this round. So just clip off any excess cord. Now our basket has that row of slip stitches at the bottom, and then we finished a round of single crochet in the back loop. For the next round, we're going to continue making single crochets, but they're called waistcoat stitches because we're going to use the side V's. And now you can officially change to your 9mm hook. It won't be too tight. When you do the invisible join, you want to make sure you pull your loop out, making it a little bit bigger. And then underneath this first horizontal V, insert your hook from back to front and pull that loop through. For the invisible join, you want to make sure to insert your hook in the correct place. For this entire round, we're going to use those side V's. So when I mean side V, I'm talking about the V's that run along the side of the basket. And for the invisible join, you want to place your hook below the loop and to the right in the center of this V. So push your hook through, making sure it's in the center. I like to check the inside of the basket. You'll see there's that little loop at the bottom, and the hook is between those 2 pieces of cord. So you know it's in the center of that stitch. Yarn over, pull up a loop. I like to stretch that loop up, making it a little bit taller. Add the second loop on your hook, then yarn over and pull through both. In the next V, you're going to insert your hook and make a single crochet. We're going to insert our hook right in the center of this V here. Make sure to check the inside that you're in the center of that stitch. Yarn over and pull up a loop. Yarn over and pull through both. And that's what you'll do for the remainder of the basket until we get to the very last round. I'm going to complete 3 more rounds of waistcoat stitches, and I'm going to join each round using that invisible join. That'll give our basket a little bit of height. I'll meet you back after I complete a few rounds. I completed 3 rounds of waistcoat stitches, and I think this is as tall as I want to go. For the last round of the basket, I want to add those slip stitches so it matches the bottom. To make those slip stitches, you want to use those horizontal V's on top. So insert your hook under that first V and pull up a loop, and then pull that loop through the one on your hook. And you'll continue making those slip stitches all the way around the basket. After you finish your last slip stitch, go ahead and clip your cord. Now pull your hook out, pulling that cord all the way through. Grab your tapestry needle, and you want to make another fake stitch just to make this seamless and close this off. On the side, we made those slip stitches. So we have this last slip stitch that we made. We're going to skip the one in the middle and insert our needle to the one on the left from bottom to top, pulling that tail through. Now to finish that V, the cord needs to go through the center of that last slip stitch we made. That'll bring the tail to the center of our basket. A few adjustments here and there. Now just weave in the tail and clip off any excess cord. Now our corner basket is finished. Thank you so much for watching today. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please remember to like and subscribe to my channel and hit that little bell so you can be notified of all my latest tutorials. Wish me luck. I'm going to make 3 more of these. Bye!